snake stuff, Warhammer stuff, or just any other thing. But I'm just gonna go right off here right now. Glock has capitulated, and by what I mean capitulated, just found out through the news that Glock is discontinuing a lot of its models, with the exception of the 43, the 48, and the 42. Uh, this is mostly because of the pushback, because of the whole issue with the back plates on the current models being easily switched out for the uh, aftermarket switches. Now, mind you, these switches are compatible with the Glock black backplate, but the switches themselves that we've seen so often used in mass shootings or gang shootings, or just or the videos or shorts on various media platforms of people shooting them and blasting off rounds and everything. Uh, those things were not initially made by Glock. In fact, Glock did not make any of the switches that are now popular in use. Most of those switches are made by third parties or by overseas contractors, mostly China, and they get sent over here via black market, and they get bought by either criminals or by people just wanting to be idiots with their firearms. And needless to say, the amount of shootings that have happened where these Glocks with the modified backplate trigger system switches and all that stuff has finally caught the ire of government, and now Glock has basically been under the boot heel of each state where things have been happening, where they've been getting sued and being held responsible for an item that is not even in their manufacturer, but somehow is able to get put onto their weapon systems. Now, some of the back plates for like Gen 4s and Gen 5s have little notches that won't allow for anything to be dropped in to mess with some of the trigger system in the upper slide. There's a little piece of cruciform metal back there, if you look. But it seems that yeah, Glock is going under. Gaston Glock may rest in peace, but I don't think after his passing that he'd ever think that his company would be simping down to the law, becoming anti 2A by going down this route, because now because of this they're discontinuing pretty much 95, maybe 90, even 98% of their models, with the exception of the 43, the 48, and the 42. And these are mostly the small subcompacts that have 10 round capacity or less. And what happened to my shirt? Oh, mothballs. I would say it looks like it's been peppered with like a buckshot and everything, but no, it's just an old shirt that I usually like to wear casually during the wintertime or during the falls. And thank you for my tattoos and everything. And nice to see you too, Meow. But I, I for one, only own two Glocks. I've got a Glock 17. That's a Gen 3, and I have a Glock 43X with the MOS plate, so I can put an optic on it. In fact, I do have a green dot hollow sun on top of it. But I've used them fairly often for like target shooting. One of them is even equipped with, correction, both of them are equipped with threaded barrels, so I can use my cans for them whenever I have enough suppressed ammunition for it. But I was thinking about buying maybe a couple other subcompacts or maybe other mid-sized compact Glocks, but Now, with hearing the news that Glock is discontinuing their models, except for the three mentioned, and apparently they're going to be coming out with V models. I don't know what that means as far as like whether or not uh, they're going to be making adjustments or like limiting their basically making pretty much California compliant or New York compliant models throughout the rest of the board of their manufacturing. But it just seems kind of sad because uh, no other uh, no other firearm system is facing this kind of backlash except for maybe SIG, but that's due to quality control issues and gun lobbyists and everything. But eh, I don't feel the need to buy a new shirt when I have something that feels comfortable. Right now, I feel comfortable in this. Mind you, I don't go walking around out in public in this. This is like my lazy day Sunday or lazy day afternoon type of shirt. So I like my holy shirts just like I like my holy jeans. It's kind of like a little old grunge thing that holds on to me a little bit. Uh, I don't know if you want what song we can listen to together, but whatever. But uh hey Marty, uh, life doesn't treat anybody nicely, and eventually, when you get older, you'll look a little bit rough too. Mind you, I'm 41, going on 42, and frankly, I look a lot better than most of the other people I grew up with, including my brothers. I mean, not everybody's gonna look like freaking fashion models. Even all these guys that freaking look jacked and ripped, they're gonna get all fat and flubby too. So, no biggie. But I'm surprised that a lot of the other weapon systems that are like Glock clones aren't going to get freaking hit by this as well too. But mostly, I think that has to do with the. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna mess with the 80 percenters, like the 80% like slides and everything, or the lowers like the grips and everything, which have to be manufactured, jig cut, and all that other stuff to put in trigger housing and all that other stuff. But the other like Glock clones, this is probably going to affect them as well because they still have the same things like the back plate and stuff like that. They could easily be just like they can easily fall under this as well. You know, you're a weapons builder too. That's pretty cool. I mean, would you agree? Uh, well, Mr. Hobson, would you agree that the Glock clones out there, like Shadow systems and stuff like that, would eventually be affected like this stuff as well? Yeah, I don't think it's a Def Leppard knockoff. I mean, it's got the West Coast Choppers Iron Cross on it, so I don't know if it'd be a knockoff or anything. It might be just like a West Coast Chopper shirt with just the Def Leppard stuff on it. But yeah, uh, I mean, for since you're since Mr. Hobson here is a gun builder himself, he would also know this as well as I do. Glock only made one thing with a switch, and that was like the 18 Charlie. That was supposed to be a I think it was supposed to be a full-sized semi-auto and full-auto switch operated Glock that was developed specifically for the military, but it didn't have a long traction use. Yep, it was the full auto platform, and yeah, it had a little toggle switch for semi and then full auto, but that was on the left hand of the slide. It wasn't on the back plate at all, like these new switches are, which, like I said earlier, Glock did not manufacture the back plate switches. Those were manufactured by 3D printers and overseas contractors that basically they would put Glock's name on it, but Glock did not endorse them, nor were they supported by them. But the fact that they put the Glock's logo on it, it's just really made Glock catch a lot of heat. Yeah, it was made for ready auto for any operator, but well, that too. I mean, most manufacturers, whether they're weapons or bomb makers, they do eventually suffer from what I call the Oppenheimer dilemma. Basically, I become death, destroyer of worlds. That little sudden epiphany that freaking you have the power of God, and just render everything mute afterwards. But but I don't know if this is going to affect the value of Glocks that have come out beforehand, like the Gen 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, or even the 5s. I do not honestly think that because of this that the value of them are going to go up. I mean, Glock did make a vast amount of each generation so far. So it's not like they're going to become a rarity, but I do probably see that the smaller subcompact models that they're still keeping for manufacturing is going to probably go up in price a little bit, especially with these supposed V models. And like I said, I do not know what the V models are going to entail. My best guess is that they're going to be made to be, as a whole, for wherever they're being sold at, whether it's New York, California, or any of the other states here, is that they will be basically made to be like compliant, 10 round minimum, and I think they might be getting rid of the MOS system on those ones as well. Yep, you're right. The, the available models will retain their market price until the new ones are produced. Hello, Brian. What's up? Could somebody do me a favor and kick ass cheese out of the comment, out of the chat and everything? I'm sorry, but freaking, I'm not dumb. Don't be spelling that stuff out. I don't care who you hate. Freaking, honestly, this ain't the platform for that. Sorry. Goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Nico99, you said you did it. You finally got him kicked out. No, I'm not gonna say the N word, Isaac JMR. In fact, you can go away too. Sorry. I'm sorry, but please don't come into my chat asking me to say stupid words or stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. Rojito, yeah, it may be free speech, but the thing is, I don't support that kind of speech. I've fought for this country. I've fought for everybody's rights. But the thing is, here's the thing. You can say whatever you want, but the thing is, this is my platform. I'm not going to tolerate hate speech. I'm not going to tolerate rhetoric. I'm not even going to even tolerate little cringy idiots that just come out here slowly spelling out racial slurs one message at a time. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that. That's not what my channel is about, and I'm not going to have people waste my time with that crap. Uh, Bone Orchard. I have never heard of them. So I'd have to look it up later. Yeah, yeah. I know grimy 90s. This all platforms are full of cringy little idiots that are trying to poke the bear, so to speak, and trying to get people to do stupid crap. Dazzle Boy, yeah, I'm American, born and bred. And no, Cruciate, I'm not homeless. I may dress like I am, but I am freaking happy middle class. And as you can see, I'm outside my home. So, come on. No cars. I don't need any money from you to buy a new shirt. Thanks, but no. I've got plenty of new shirts back inside the house. But yeah, with now Glock capitulating, I'm kind of wondering which firearm company is going to capitulate again, just like Glock, because you gotta admit the timing is weird, and sooner or later there's going to end up being a couple more. I mean, uh, dude, what is with all these idiots? I'm I'm sorry, folks, but if you're in the chat and you see either people spelling out the N word one letter at a time, or promoting violence against black people, please, for the love of goodness, and for the sake of my freaking mental health, please get them out of this chat. Like, block them, kick them, whatever. Oh, push ups. Seriously? Last time somebody told me to do push ups, that was well over 20 something years ago. Yeah, I'm trying not to listen to them, but they just keep flooding the feed, and it's just, well, I can do push-ups, but the thing is, for me, they would be relatively very painful because I have several broken bones in my wrist, particularly my right wrist, and putting in pressure and bending down this far, then applying my body weight pressure, even with properly spaced out, uh, becomes extremely painful. So I have to do like modified push ups or modified pull ups, which looks like you ever seen like do a pull up on one of those handlebar things that's really low, and then you kind of lean back and pull yourself up? I kind of do those. Anything that doesn't allow anything that would be too much pressure on my wrist. Because here, uh, am I fulfilled with how my life has gone? Oh no, my life is only half lived. It's not. I wouldn't say it's totally fulfilled yet, but I'm happy being a father, and I'm happy being a husband. So I'm content. Oh, how old am I? I'm 41. Yeah, I know. I probably look a little bit older because of the whites in my beard that are just like prominently showing out, like racing stripes, and the thinning hair that's still holding on for dear life. But man, with Jay, you're a bad liar. I do not look 20. I have not been 20 for a long time. I'm doing fine, Madden. Thank you for asking. But with Glock going down the way it is now, I was kind of holding out because I heard they were thinking about coming out with an AR platform, but that doesn't seem to be happening now. I was really kind of hoping for that one. Yeah, I truly do look 40, and I'm happy to be 40. No, Rispy, I've never gone to prison. Never. And honestly, the only ones that I know in my family that have gone to prison, or at least jail, has been my brothers. And they still haven't learned. No, I don't do drugs, Jay. Seriously. The design is a West Coast chopper T-shirt with a supposed Def Leppard designs and skulls and all other stuff. It's from way back in the day. Like back when Orange County Choppers was like this big thing on TV, and their motorcycles were catching all sorts of like praise. No, Talone, I'm not a Satanist. And no, I'm not going to repent to God for anything because I haven't done anything wrong worth repenting. DK, Iraq only. A lot of the guys I knew I served with after I got out did go to Afghanistan and Iraq multiple times, like back and forth, back and forth. Rispy, this shirt I'm fine with. I don't want a Kiss t-shirt from Walmart, but I would prefer a vintage Kiss t-shirt from either the 70s or the 80s. That's kind of like my thing. I, I like I like older shirts that are got that next to threadbare thinness there where you can see light through them and maybe a few holes here and there. Those are my casual, relaxing t-shirts. Do I support Trump? Actually, no. I don't support many politicians across the board at all because I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican nor an independent. I I I, uh, I have no faith in the party system. DK, do you think those wars will be remembered? Will they be remembered? Yes, but will they be remembered correctly? That would be one that would be one thing to think about, because things about wars is just like the same thing about history. They're always written and remembered by those that have won, and they've always had a skewed perspective of those who were conquered or those who were lost. Do I support Palestine? Uh, WPRVX. I don't support any kind of war or engagement that doesn't involve me, and I don't support proxy wars, and I don't support anybody that is purportedly run by terrorist organizations or financed through them for their agendas. And uh, Rispy, I've never read Anne Frank's diary, although I should. I mean, there's a lot of books and a lot of things I probably should have read while I was young, but I haven't gotten a chance to. All right, well, I'm gonna check out. All I wanted to talk about was the issue of Glock going full meltdown. So, but that's it. So, thank you for those who are listening. For all the idiots in the chat that want to spam me with stuff, go to the next chat and have fun. But just wanted to talk to you about what I felt something was current and freaking debatable. But checking out. Laters.